is up, world? Welcome to Apocaflix Now, the movie hangout show from Apocaflix Movies. I am your host, Jacob Bartley, and I am joined by Gio, Brian, and Jake. Unfortunately, Keith is not with us. We were on a hot 2 streak with 2 in a row with all 5 of us, but it has come to an end. How's everybody doing tonight? Jake, the music's off.
It's not late, and I'm not out of it at all. Don't worry about it.
I'm just waiting to see how long it's going to take for Jake to realize I changed his name 2 weeks ago.
You changed my name? I've noticed the entire time, right?
Huh?
I've noticed the entire time.
Oh, you didn't say anything.
Did you not notice me last show? Did you see? You didn't even see my name at the last show.
Clan Mudhorn?
See? Yeah. Thank you.
I saw that,
but I changed it back.
Oh. You're welcome. That was me that gave you that name.
I knew this entire time.
Did you put that on, Brian? Because it was on during the Fandalorian Club.
Yeah. 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I changed it to not last week's Fandalorian, but the week before. I changed it to that, and it had been there since.
Yeah. I see it every time I enter the studio.
Well, yeah. I mean, I always got to retype mine again. Gio, how you doing, man?
I'm pretty good, man. I'm in the mood for some Christmas talk. We're talking Christmas movies, right?
We are. Yes, we are. We're going to talk some of our best and favorite holiday films. Maybe not a discussion for everybody, but hey, I love holiday movies, and especially this time of year. I've already watched a couple already.
It also depends on your interpretation of a holiday movie.
We're going to get to that. Oh, yeah.
I'm sure we will. And that's interesting because that means certain movies might be on multiple streaming services. But I'm sure we will discuss that here in a little bit. But yeah, so we're going to talk about those holiday films. But first, we want to talk to you guys about our watch along for December. If you didn't know, every month we try to do a watch along where we choose a film. The viewers vote on which film we're going to watch, and then we actually watch that film. It's usually on the last week of the month, but I guess it's going to be a normal thing on November and December where we do it on the 3rd week of the month because we're obviously not going to do these on the weeks of Thanksgiving and Christmas here in the United States. So it makes sense. So ours is scheduled for December 18th this year.
Did you just say Christmas in the United States?
Well, I'm just speaking from our perspective because
he's being respectable, Brian.
Yes, because not all viewers celebrate Christmas.
No,
all viewers.
I just meant I thought you meant it as there's different times that people are celebrating Christmas.
Yeah, I could see how that could be taken that way. They
celebrated on the same day everywhere.
Yeah, I could see how that could be taken that way. But yeah, so basically, all 5 of us submit a film. And Jake assigns a streaming service to each of us, and it changes every month. And then we put those up on a poll where you can vote at the community tab on our YouTube channel. And whatever movie gets voted fairly, unless Gio rigs it somehow, then we end up watching that film.
I was promoting. Okay, Jake might be the editor-in-chief, but I am the marketing manager.
Your own personal gain.
So basically, if you have those Blu-rays or DVDs,
then if we're just yelling oppositions, I'm COO.
There we go, and I'm just the host here, guys. That's all I am. But yeah, so Jake, I believe you're going to reveal what the watch-alongs are going to be, and Jake's the only one who knows what all the watch-alongs submissions are. So this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Keith's first because he is not here, and then I will go to each of you to do like a 1 or 2 sentence quick thing on the movie that you chose while I reveal it. Keith was gifted the power of Hulu, and he chose one of the greatest sci-fi fantasy films of all time, and that is Star Trek II: The Wrath of Khan.
Oh, nice!
A great film, possibly the greatest Star Trek movie of all time. Super pumped if this gets picked.
Wow, I was not expecting that.
Yeah, great movie. Great movie. Okay, Gio, I'm gonna go to you first, man. So why don't you start off with the service that you were given, and then reveal the movie that you picked.
So I was given Disney Plus. Tough streaming service. Not that many great selections. I'm just kidding. No, there was plenty.
I thought you were serious. I was
yeah. But there is one movie that I absolutely had to choose because it's a holiday season. Christmas spirit. And the movie I chose was Iron Man 3000. Oh, yeah, this is definitely a Christmas movie. It has Christmas music, it has snow, Christmas trees. It's about the importance of, the holiday season, or like what's important in life. There are plenty of toys, as he calls it in the movie, with his Iron Man suits. Look, okay, it's just it's a movie worth revisiting. Not only because of some of the controversy, but it really does give the holiday spirit, and that's Shane Black's MO. His movies are holiday movies in a sense. So Iron Man 3000.
I mean, it does begin with a New Year's party, right?
Well, a flashback of a New Year's party.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, it's a Christmas movie. There's Christmas trees in his living room, and
it's like Christmas time during the movie,
yeah,
right?
It's set during Christmas time. Yeah. It's a Shane Black movie. All his movies are set during Christmas.
Exactly.
Did it come out early on in the year?
It came out in May.
May.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, like the beginning of the summer season. Okay, that makes sense. Damn, 2 in a row that I was not expecting at all.
All right, Brian, I'll go to you next.
So sticking with the Christmas theme,
what service?
Netflix. Netflix is my choice. And nothing screams more Netflix and Christmas themed than the greatest womanizer of all time. And that would be James Bond's GoldenEye. I'm just kidding. No, this is my favorite Bond movie, and I obsessively watched this movie as a kid, like probably like fourth and fifth grade. Like, I don't even know how many times. The video game was my life, and I love this one. And honestly, I had only 30 minutes on my lunch break to pick, and once I saw this, I went, yes. And so that is mine.
Question: Hey, aren't they making a remastered version of the GoldenEye game? I read that on like some video
that game is amazing.
blog site.
If they do, I'm down.
People in the comments, let me know. I heard a rumor that GoldenEye is.
Can you still play it? Like, how you can download old games?
Yeah,
on the Xbox.
Brian and I played it last week.
Oh, nice.
I mean, I have it in my room.
The best was playing. I remember playing it with friends, but not over online, right? Just like in the living room.
Brian and I played it last week.
You can play it online over.
Yeah. Oh, we need to have an Apocaflix game night, and
Jake, stop incriminating us. Shh.
Yeah.
Okay, Jacob, you're next. Service and movie.
So I was given HBO Max, and normally HBO Max has some great choices because HBO always has great movie choices on their library. And I went to holiday movies, and there wasn't the best selection. Like, I know definitely Disney Plus probably had some amazing ones, especially even like Disney holiday films as well. And so I wasn't too impressed with the selection. And there was one movie that I know a lot of people would have loved me to choose, but I personally don't consider it a Christmas film, so I wasn't going to choose that movie. But
fail.
So I thought.
Wait, was Die Hard on that?
Wait. Yeah. No, say your movie, Jacob. Say your movie.
Okay. I was looking for that on Netflix.
So look, I want to move. When I look for watch-along movies, I want something that's going to be fun for everybody to watch, and then I want something that's like not too long. Not going to keep us here for 6 hours.
Guys, we already lost. The poll is overtaken with this choice.
No, I chose Galaxy Quest. So I want to have a fun time and something to enjoy. And I think this could be fun. So I want to watch Galaxy Quest. And it's so funny because this is basically, it's a sci-fi spoof movie, but it's mostly a Star Trek spoof movie.
It's one of the best Star Trek movies of all time.
And we have a Star Trek movie, the best Star Trek movie of all time by most people, going up against it. And then this is weird. We have so far, all high franchise movies, and then a spoof movie of one of those franchises. I'm curious to see what the last one is.
Did Jake save himself for last?
Galaxy Quest. He did.
Of course he did.
I talked first as Keith, so I got to go last. I got to separate,
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Come on, I got to be smart about it.
Okay.
Okay, so I was given Prime Video, and same with.
I picked Prime Video.
So I picked Prime Video. But look, it didn't play in my favor because a lot of the movies that I wanted to pick, they were all rent or buy. All the holiday movies Prime had on rent or buy.
Of course.
Like the one I wanted to watch, Office Christmas Party, is rent or buy.
It's on HBO Max.
Yes, so maybe we should have flipped, Jacob. I don't know, but you know what? That's just my chance. No, so I went with a movie that it's funny because I had actually picked a movie. I had the image uploaded, and then I was still scrolling, and I came across this movie. And I was like, "There's no way that I cannot pick this movie." It's a movie that's near and dear to my heart. I watched it as a kid over and over and over again, and it created one of the greatest conflicts in movie history between the Commandos.
Yeah.
Hell yes, small soldiers, baby. Come on, give it to me, Commandos, Gorgonites. Let's watch this for the holiday season. One of the greatest kid movies of all time. Let's go,
Commando Elite.
Let's go.
Wow. Didn't we challenge Brian to watch it recently?
I think so.
Like last year or something.
Yeah, I watched it either the beginning of this year or last.
I think it was last year. It must have been last year.
Major Chip Hazard.
Wow.
Badass.
That is awesome. I
think your guys' reactions alone should win me the poll.
Yes. Well, I love all of our choices, first of all, but also that's a great choice. Do they go? Isn't it Christmassy time in that movie too, or no? Oh, for some reason. I mean, it would have been cool if they had presents under the tree and the toys start breaking out of the boxes.
Actually, you might be right on that, Jacob.
I mean, I'm not sure.
You better know your.
I don't think
it's challenged
for
that movie.
I don't think it's Christmas.
I think it might be because it's a Christmas. I think they're for.
Did they make up that
the toys are for Christmas?
Did they make up that mythology, like Chip Hazard versus the Thing for that movie, right?
And it was kind of, from what I read, and I don't know how true this is, it was kind of a middle finger to Toy Story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it came out the year after Toy Story.
Yep.
What if they like somebody made like a live action version of like Chip Hazard versus what did they call themselves? The
Commando Elite.
The Commandos.
Yeah. Like a real story about those characters.
Jake, it's a birthday.
Cool.
Oh, that's what okay. It's
I knew there were gifts, right? That's what I thought. But either way, look, to me, it's about like a movie that's fun watching with people. That's all these watch-alongs are about. And we got some great choices. So you can go to our community tab. Jake, when will the poll be up?
The poll is up right now.
The poll is up right now. Because it is Thursday. It's definitely Thursday right now. We need to change our clothes, guys. But yes, go to the community tab, vote on what movie you want us to watch, and hopefully that'll be the movie we're watching on December 18th.
I gotta say, when the second I said Commandos, you guys all went, "Oh!"
Because we know you.
That was the greatest thing ever.
We grew up on that movie, man.
We know you.
Oh yeah, that was like one of my top 10 movies when I was a kid.
I'm glad everybody's seen it because I believe the movie I was going to go with nobody's ever seen. So this is
well, it's always better to do these with the movie we've seen because
has anybody ever seen Weekend at Bernie's?
I haven't. No.
Oh my God, Gio, that's
hilarious.
I haven't seen.
I'm gonna go with that one.
Add it to the list. Add it to the list, Brian.
It is on the list.
It is.
You're welcome.
Oh, there we go. All right. Well, that should be fun. I can't wait to do that on this Thursday, December the 18th.
Movie that you got challenged to a trivia match with.
Small Soldier, of course.
Gio, he's been challenged by Schmodown people to Small Soldiers and Mad Max Fury Road.
Like just a Small Soldiers trivia?
So, between me and another player.
So
that's
Jake,
interesting.
Jake, I wouldn't mind being your sparring partner, I guess.
Let's do it. Small Soldiers, just for Civil War trivia.
Just for practice because I love that movie too. So
I'm so game. Okay, let's move on.
That's interesting because you just focus on one movie. That's interesting.
It's a mano-a-mano head-on one movie match.
All right. Well, if you haven't checked out our show, The Fandalorian Club, Jake is going to tell you a little bit about it right now.
Yeah, if you can tell by the logo, it's our Mandalorian show. For now, the logo changes every season of every show. Soon I'll have an Obi-Wan version and a Cassian Andor version. But for now, we're all about the Mandalorian.
Oh my God, Jake, stop! You can't do that to him. You can't.
Anyway, I'm delirious right now. I'm sorry. I'm just spatting words. Mandalorian Club every Friday at 4 p.m. The four of us hang out and we review the latest episode of The Mandalorian. We go live here on the channel and we do full spoilers for about an hour or so, breaking down our thoughts. Typically in chronological order, but we talk about the scenes, we talk about the moments, we talk about the things that are said, the reveals, and there's been a lot of them recently, and we're going into 3 episodes so far left in this season, and we have a lot to talk about in the next 3 weeks. We're also going to do a full season review at the end, spoiler review. And so make sure you guys are bookmarking it. You can hit that bell notification on the channel, and it'll tell you exactly when we go live, not just for the Fandalorian Club, but all of our other shows as well. So yeah, it's our Star Wars review show. That's what it is. So any Star Wars show that comes out, that's where you'll find our reviews. Any movie, that's what the title of the episode will be called. It'll be called the Fandalorian Club because it is our Star Wars show review show essentially. Just a little precursor as well. Hashtag Fando Fridays. Anyway.
You just thought of that, didn't you?
No, I've been tweeting it for a while. Thank you for paying attention.
Actually, no, I've heard you say it before too.
Thank you for paying attention to the Apocaflix Suites. Anyway, also a little tease for anybody. We'll also be doing these for the MCU shows. So there's something really cool. Gotta come up with a really fancy name. Don't have a name yet, but if you guys think of one, let me know. But anyway, Fandalorian Club every Friday. GODC does. Come on, just stop it already. Join us every Friday at 4 p.m. Pacific right here on the channel.
I'm gonna leave. This is
no. I'll tell you what, Gio. If they come out with if they come out with a legit in the DCEU
of course.
show connected, we'll do one.
Of course.
What about the Gotham PD or the Green Lantern?
They're not out yet.
Watchmen.
Watchmen
was one.
Watchmen.
We did it on Now. We did it on Nerd Nation.
Yeah, I will say.
Maybe you'll be the host, Gio. Who knows?
Gio, I will 100% be on with you if you do Green Lantern ones.
I'll do the DC ones too, for sure.
We're going to have a 5-episode limited after show talk on DC.
Unbiased content, right?
Never.
I need to buy a Green Lantern ring for that.
Hey.
All right. Well, I don't know how we got there, but let's jump into our
recurring theme.
Our best and favorite holiday films, and this is a top 5 list from each of us. We're gonna go one by one, from 5 to 1, and basically it's like, we always get into this discussion about best and favorite. Like, it's kind of the same thing for each individual. So it's kind of our best and favorite holiday films, and we're going to do it kind of like we did our heist movie rankings and our other rankings as well. Anything I'm missing there, Jake?
No, we're not going to do a consensus list just because it's not a specific topic that we're talking about when we do whether it's MCU or best of or whatever. So we're not putting out a consensus list just because there's so many to choose from. So, and everybody's definition is different for a holiday movie.
That's true.
So you'll see quite different lists when we do this, which I'm excited to hear.
Absolutely. So let's get to it. Brian, are you still working on your list?
Come to me last.
Okay. Well, let's start with number 5, and we'll go to Gio. We'll go to Gio first for start with his number 5.
I didn't know these were ranked, but I mean,
it says it in the notes.
It says it in the notes, but that's okay.
Some of us work.
Maybe it's just so tough to pick, Okay, for me, number 5 is a childhood favorite. It's one that I can watch today and is I still laugh. I still have my laugh out loud moments. It's Jingle All the Way.
Yes, I'm so happy someone put this on the list.
Absolutely.
So happy.
Arnold Schwarzenegger and his near the end of his peak, the macho, the king of the macho era action movies. He does a kids holiday movie, and him and Sinbad and little Annie, Anakin Skywalker, Jake Lloyd, I think is his name. Lloyd. Yeah, and it's
I did not know that was him.
Yeah, it is. And it's just a movie about a dad trying to find a Turbo Man doll. You can relate to it in today's world with people trying to find PS5s and Xboxes. The new Xboxes, but it's just a fun movie. And Arnold does, and not many people talk about this, he has a skill for comedic timing. He can really do comedy. So it's just a real fun, feel good movie. Love the ending. Are we spoiling?
I mean, the movie's 20
old
years
movie.
old.
Yeah,
when he becomes the actual Turbo Man, it's just a lot of fun. But Jingle All the Way is my number 5.
I assume most of these are older films, but unless you're bringing up Last Christmas, don't spoil it.
I'm so happy someone put that on my list. It didn't make my list, but I'm so happy that was said.
Come to me next.
Well, yeah, I like that because it's actually that helps me keep track. So, Brian, let's go to you next for your number 5.
That was also my number 5.
Nice.
I started from number 5 and went up, and that was mine. That is honestly, I want to say, probably one of the first holiday themed movies I can remember watching. I know I owned it on VHS because we watched that movie all the time. And
it's available on Hulu if you have Hulu.
Well, didn't know that, and now I'm going to watch it. But it is something that I absolutely love. I mean, Gio nailed it. That movie is hilarious, and it's so relevant with Black Friday and all that stuff. But God, that movie is so funny. That movie is hilarious. It's one of those ones that, like, it's always just funny. It's just so silly and funny because you can kind of see it actually like happening and being true because, I mean, it is. There are people that will literally do anything to find a freaking toy or, like Gio said, a PS5 or whatever around this time. So, that was actually mine. And it's funny that.
Can I say something? Okay, so this movie taught me all the names of the reindeers because the scene where they're racing toward the radio station and Arnold Schwarzenegger's like, Dasher, Dancer, Prancer, Vixen, Comet, Cupid, Down and Blitzen. I'm just like, that's stuck in my head. So it's just a fun little thing.
That's a good way to learn it.
Yeah.
It's
educational. It's an educational movie too. So
there we go. So when you guys watched The Phantom Menace, did you know, like, hey, that's the kid from Jingle All the Way?
Not as
I didn't realize that.
Not as
I didn't recognize it until I went back.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, wow.
That's interesting. Wow, I never knew that. All right, so I'll go ahead and go with my number 5. And this might come up again. It might be high on other lists, but this is where it ended up on my list. And this is the Will Ferrell Elf movie. I love this movie. Directed by
Jon Favreau.
Anybody? Jon Favreau.
Martin Scorsese.
Yeah, that'd be great. I believe Elizabeth Banks is in this movie as well. Is it Elizabeth Banks?
No, it's
Zoe Deschanel.
Zoe Deschanel. Sorry. I feel like she could,
Trivia, bruh.
yeah, I feel like she could fit.
I am not
that
worried
role.
to go against him.
But no, I love this movie. I remember watching this in all the time, and even as like it was funny as a teenager. Like it never got cheesy to me. Like I don't know. I'm a big Will Ferrell fan. I don't like a lot of his recent stuff, of course, but throughout the years, like he's one of the comedy greats. So Elf is definitely one of mine. Number 5.
Movie trivia. Which Game of Thrones actor appears in this movie?
Sean Bean. I don't know.
That's what I was thinking.
Hold on.
Oh, Peter Dinklage.
Peter
Yes.
Dinklage.
Oh, yeah, duh.
Come on.
Duh.
That's a great choice. Elf is great.
All right, Jake, let's go to you for your number 5.
Is this a challenge, Jacob?
Number 5 is a childhood staple. I feel like it's almost like a rite of passage for any kid who watches Disney movies or kid movies. It's also a great way to train your children if you ever get burglarized without your parents home, and that is Home Alone. Home Alone is definitely one of the greatest Christmas movies that has ever been made, one of the greatest holiday movies. And when I did this list, I focused on movies that I know that I rewatch during the holidays, movies that I watch on a more frequent basis than others. And this definitely hits that for me. It's by far the most kid-friendly Christmas film on the list. But I enjoyed so much just how fun it is, how different it is. What?
He pretty much tried to murder them.
I know that, and I know there's videos out there saying that he turned into a murderer and stuff. But
hey, they should have died multiple times.
It's fun.
I'm pretty sure they did an episode on MythBusters of how many times he would have killed them.
Of course, but it's fun and it's a different style, and you know what I'm saying when I say this. But if you ever want to learn how to kill a burglar, listen to Kevin. Kevin knows what he's doing. But yeah, no, Home Alone is great, and it's a movie that I know that I'll always go back to on the holiday time. So that ranks in number 5.
You know what, Jake?
Now I want like a dark spin-off series in the future where he's a murderer. and he like sets up trap houses for people.
In an alternate universe.
Yeah, something like that.
They could very well do that.
You do know that Ryan Reynolds is making a spin-off type of movie of this, right?
Is he? Oh, I remember hearing something
It's a
about
Netflix
that.
movie, right, Brian?
But it's like it's not actually
Just started
connected.
filming.
No, but
it's just like a spoof type thing in a way, or what?
Yeah, it's like it's not a spoof. I think it's basically taking this exact theme except making it R-rated.
Yes.
So
where like the kid is actually killing them,
I
like house invaders or something.
I don't know, but if Ryan Reynolds is doing it, it should be interesting.
That could work. That could work. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and go with my number 4 here. I'm gonna switch up the order a little bit, and mine might not actually. This might not actually be on anybody else's list, but it's a movie. It's a relatively recent movie that I love, and that is called The Night Before.
Oh,
it
God.
is
You almost gave me a heart attack. I thought you were going to say one of my movies.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Seth
Spoiler.
Rogen, Anthony Mackie starring film, and I forget who
and the greatest cameo by Michael Shannon ever.
Yes, one of the greatest. Jake or anybody trivia, who directed The Night Before? I don't know off the top of my head.
Oh, God. Same guy who did 50-50.
Oh, I know who it is. Yeah.
Oh, if it's the same guy that did 50-50, his name is...
Excuse me.
Jonathan Levine.
Jonathan Levine.
Wait, I know who it is. So he doesn't even know the answer?
Warm Bodies as well, or no?
Yeah, he did Warm Bodies.
Jonathan Levine, who I think is a really good director, he directed this film. And look, when this movie was coming out, everybody thought it was a silly comedy, right? It's actually pretty deep.
It looked terrible.
It did, but it's actually really good and it's funny. And to me, it's a great story about 3 friends who kind of lost touch with each other, and they come back together they have a tradition to hang out every Christmas Eve and like get drunk together and hang out. And they haven't done it in a while. And they realize they don't really know each other anymore. And it gets on a different level than that. But it's also like your classic, like kind of like Hangover style type movie where they go on this little adventure. So I love The Night Before. It's a great adult Christmas movie. So you guys got to check it out if you haven't seen it.
Trivia. Who plays Joseph Gordon-Levitt's ex-girlfriend?
I don't even know what this movie is.
Oh, I know who she is. Damn it. She's from Cloverfield, the first Cloverfield. What is her name?
Who, Jillian Bell?
No, that's Seth
Rogen's wife. Remember, she gives him the drugs. Yeah, she's like, "Here, honey, have fun tonight," and gives him a bunch of drugs.
Lizzie Kaplan.
Yes, Lizzie Kaplan. I knew she's from Now You See Me Too. Yep.
Yes.
Yep. I knew it was her. I knew the face.
I'm gonna be asking trivia night.
That's why I could never play trivia.
I'm here for the end of time.
Names.
I'm so not worried about it.
Bring it, Jake.
Now.
I don't know, Brian. What was the score last trivia matchup? Huh?
Okay, let's get into this.
Okay,
you beat me by 1 point, and we have the lowest score.
No, I didn't beat you by 1 point.
Let's move on.
Let's have 13. It was 13-8.
See what you started, Jake?
13-8. All right, Gio, let's go to you with your number 4.
All right. Number 4 is a movie that I largely ignored until I just finally decided to watch it, and that's Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights. It is an R-rated animated movie. Have any of you seen it?
Yeah, I have.
A long time ago.
I saw it when it came out.
A very long time ago.
Yeah, it's pretty much Adam Sandler is the main guy, and he's just a douchebag right throughout the movie, and then he finally it's a very heartfelt, deep movie. Takes place during Christmas. Has the Adam Sandler R-rated comedy. A couple of catchy songs like "Technical Foul." It's pretty funny. But Adam Sandler's 8 Crazy Nights surprisingly good for an R-rated animated Christmas movie. Sadly, it's one of Adam Sandler's best movies in the last 10 years. But for me, 8 Crazy Nights. I love that movie.
Nice. I remember liking it when I was younger, but I haven't seen it in so long.
Agreed.
All right, Jake, let's go to you with your number 4.
Number 4 for me is arguably one of the greatest comedies to ever be made, arguably one of the greatest Christmas movies to ever be made, and arguably has one of the greatest comedy actors to ever grace our presence, and that is Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation is just brilliant from top to finish. There's only a few great, a few good and a few great Christmas, or not Christmas, but
Vacation movies
franchise.
Yeah.
And Christmas Vacation is definitely one of them. I know for some it's the best one. I still kind of go back and forth at times, but it's just so fun. Clark Griswold is up to his old tricks again. It gets crazier and better. And it's such a great time. If you've never seen Christmas Vacation, I cannot recommend it enough. It's one of the few holiday movies that I have to watch every time this year. Every time this time of year rolls around, I cannot go a year without watching Christmas Vacation. I think that Chevy Chase as his character is brilliant. Everything about it is so much fun. So yeah, number 4 for me is Christmas Vacation.
Man, I need to watch all the vacation movies. I've only seen a couple of them, but
You've never seen Christmas Vacation?
I haven't. No,
dude, just go watch Christmas Vacation.
It's on HBO Max, and I couldn't choose it for our watch along. Imagine if you had HBO Max, could have chose, Christmas Vacation. All right, Brian, what's your number 4?
My number 4, probably pretty basic, and that's The Nightmare Before Christmas. I mean, it goes both ways for Halloween and Christmas. Although I do tend to lean towards it's more of Halloween than Christmas, but at the same time, you can make an argument for either of them. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty, like, everyone already knows this movie except for Gio, who hasn't seen it. But yeah, so I mean, I've talked about it in October, so do I need to go much more into it?
It might come up again. Who knows?
I agree with you.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So, yeah. Nightmare Before Christmas.
Awesome. All right, Jake, why don't you kick us off with the number 3 movie on your list?
Yeah, number 3 is the most recent one on my list, and it's a movie that I thought was going to be absolutely terrible, but I could not love more, and that is Office Christmas Party. Office Christmas Party is almost brilliant comedy.
Wow, number 3.
I've been talking about this movie a lot lately.
I cannot tell you enough how much I love this movie. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know why. It's just the combination of, Jason Bateman and Olivia Munn and all of these other actors that are in this movie, and the premise and the idea of it and how effing bonkers it is from start to finish. And it's very much like when we were kids and the movie Project X came out. This is like the adult version to me in a way, where things just get batshit crazy in the quickest way possible. And when you have Jason Bateman at his best and you have Olivia Munn, who I didn't think was very good at comedy, but she's actually really good at comedy. And it works. It really does work. And so, plus Jennifer Aniston, I keep forgetting Jennifer Aniston's in the movie as well. Jennifer Aniston as Jason Bateman's sister. What a great role for her as well, who, she's done a lot of dud movies in recent years, and this is one of the better ones. And again, going back to the way I rank these is movies I go back to and watch, and this is 1,000% a movie I go back and watch. So Office Christmas Party, number 3.
I remember the trailers when they came out; they were hilarious.
Yeah,
I haven't watched the whole thing. I've seen parts of it, but I'm gonna watch it this time of year. It's the perfect time to watch it. Yeah, for sure. So I'll go ahead and go with my number 3, and my number 3 is The Nightmare Before Christmas, the one that Brian just brought up. I mean, like Brian said, it's a hybrid. What movies can we say are a hybrid of 2 holidays? It's crazy. There's not a lot of them that exist. If any.
Iron Man 3.
I guess so. New Year's Eve. Yeah, but it's crazy because, Christmas and Halloween aren't super close, but they're pretty close. But it makes sense for a New Year's Eve and Christmas to cross over. But Christmas and Halloween to cross over is pretty crazy. And this is an all-time classic in my eyes. It is one of the best animated films of all time. One of my favorite films ever. Like, if I made a top 30 list of all time, it'd probably end up on there. This is a great film for either holiday or any time of the year you want to watch it. And Gio is not watching it because it didn't win the movie watching challenge this time around. But maybe one day he'll just watch it on his own. So number 3 is The Nightmare Before Christmas. Gio, what's your number 3?
Oh, okay. I was like, who's next?
Yeah.
Wait, Jacob, you said Halloween and Christmas aren't that close together.
Well, they are, but it's not
today's
as close.
world. October 31st and then November 1st, not even the things. It's all Christmas.
No, basically, yeah.
Pretty
I
much.
mean,
I'm
the
just
thing
saying.
is, like, it's well, obviously New Year's Day and Christmas are right a week away, but even Thanksgiving and Christmas are like super close. But
Sure.
just depends. Yeah.
Okay, well, my number 3 is another comedy, Christmas comedy, one that with Jake I didn't think was going to be very good, but when I saw it, I laughed my ass off, and I watched it again and again. And it's a movie that I plan on watching this Christmas season, and that's Why Him, James Franco.
Oh my god, I forget about this movie. Yes.
James Franco, Bryan Cranston. Again,
Zoe
it's a
Douche.
movie- Joey Douche, yes. It's a movie that you've seen, right?
Jacob
like,
likes her.
what's that
I like
movie with
Brothers
Bernie
Jake.
Mac and Ashton Kutcher? Why Him? No, not Why Him. What?
That
So,
one's
guess who?
that one.
Guess
oh
who?
my god,
Guess
that
who?
movie! I effing love this
Yeah,
movie.
that movie as well. So you kind of seen this movie, and
Wait,
when you
you
saw the
said the movie
trailers,
title? What's the name of the movie?
Guess who? Which
Guess
one?
Guess Who.
Why him or guess who? Yeah.
Guess who?
yeah,
Yeah.
But with Why Him, it ended up being a lot funnier than I thought. Bryan Cranston doing comedy, James
Yeah.
Franco, and just him being a tech gazillionaire. And oh god, who is it? Is it Key or Peel who plays the
Key.
Key?
Yeah, it's key. Yeah.
He's so hilarious.
Isn't he like a trained like
He's like a
ninja
butler
or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's just like disengaged and all this. It's so hilarious. It's such a fun movie. If you haven't seen it and you're looking for a bunch of laughter, Why Him? I love that movie. So that's my number 3.
That is a great comedy.
Trivia: who plays Bernie Mac's daughter in Guess Who?
Zoe Saldana.
Damn it!
Nice.
Come on, Jake.
Nice. Well, Jake asked the question.
Well, no, you gotta come on, raise difficulty, okay?
I was gonna say Zoe, and then I got Zoe Douche mixed up with it. I was getting all over the place. All right, Brian, what is your number 3 film?
My number 3 film for the holiday season is one that Jacob is completely wrong about, and that is Die Hard. This movie is
Interesting.
100%.
It's up there.
It is a 100% a Christmas movie. Jacob doesn't know what he's talking about, so don't ever listen to his nonsense.
Is it?
I have a feeling that this will come up again, so I will forego the rest of my.
Is there gift giving, Christmas trees, snow?
Yes.
Maybe there is, but still.
Look,
not
he
the-
dug
not the
himself in
main
the hole.
focus.
I'm like, oh shit!
Look, I'm never gonna try to argue with somebody because everybody who thinks that it is has already made up their mind. They're never gonna listen to an argument for it.
Because
So
it's true.
it's fine.
And Alan Rickman.
Because
But I will say, Die Hard is one of the greatest action films ever made.
because it's true.
That's true. That
Jake,
is true.
we'll get there, Jake. We will get there, Jake.
I'm leaving it up for more qualified people to talk about.
All right,
So,
I'll go with my number 2 film, and I don't know. And now we're getting into. I mean, with these top 3, we're getting into childhood influence and childhood favorites. And for me, it is Disney's The Santa Claus, starring Tim Allen. I absolutely love this movie. I honestly have probably seen it over 100 times. Like, no joke. I know it by heart. It was just on the other night, and I just knew the lines. This is nostalgic for me. I love the whole idea about it. How like if you kill Santa Claus, you become the next Santa Claus. And it was an accident, and the play on words, the Santa Claus. Look, the sequels aren't good, but the original Santa Claus, I love that movie. And for me, it was just like the quintessential Christmas movie when I was growing up. Got to give it to the Santa Claus.
You don't love the
sequels? They're all right. They're not, to me, they're not great.
You don't love Toy Santa?
No. Or what was it when he went up against Jack Frost or something?
That was number 3.
Yeah.
They're cool, but I love like how the elves, when there's like an emergency, the elves, they have gadgets and they all run out. They're like a superhero team. That's cool. I want a spin-off of the superhero elves. That would be amazing. All right, Jake, let's go to you with your number 2.
All right. My number 2 is one movie that everyone has heard me talk.
Wait, Jake, you did your number 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did Office Christmas Party was number 3.
Oh, that's right.
My number 2 is a movie that everyone has heard me talk quite a bit about, and it's actually by a director that's already been mentioned here today. It is one of the best comedy action movies to come out in the last 10 years, maybe 5 years. Actually, I'll say 5 years. It is one of the best buddy cop movies I've ever seen, and it stars one of the best working actors today, and that is The Nice Guys. The Nice Guys by Shane Black with Ryan Gosling and Russell Crowe. 100% a Christmas movie. Don't care what anybody else says. It's 100% a Christmas movie. It's also just a great holiday treat because it is so much fun. It introduced us to the great Angourie Rice as well. It has a number of faces in there that you recognize, and it's just a great overall time of a film. It's funny, it's action-packed, it's quirky, it's different, it's unique. And to me, it's Shane Black at his best. So number 2 for me is The Nice Guys.
Interesting. I forget. Does it take place during the holiday season?
It sure does.
Yeah, I absolutely love that movie. I didn't think of it, but I freaking I love that movie too. But Jake, yeah, that's a great one.
Pretty sure
It's definitely a great one.
Off.
All right, Brian, what is your number 2?
My number 2 is one of my favorite comedies. It is No. Oh, I thought you knew right away when that.
White Chicks.
It is a underrated holiday comedy, and
as soon as you say it, I'll know exactly. But
I know you will. And it's a little bit. It's 15 years old, so it's a little bit older. But that is Just Friends.
Oh God, yes.
I
love this movie too. I love
this movie so much.
So good.
You guys know this movie or no?
Oh yeah.
So
Gino, you gotta watch
Ryan Reynolds and Tara Reid, right?
No, not Tara Reid.
Her Amy Smart.
Wait a minute. Yeah,
I love Amy Smart.
Amy Smart, and then
I've seen this movie. Yeah, I've seen this movie.
Anna Faris is in it, and she's like a rock star, and she's just my god.
Ryan Reynolds' little brother is the best in the movie.
So
that is a good one, Brian. I didn't even think of that movie.
It is one of my favorite holiday movies to watch just because it is so ridiculous, but it's hilarious. And this is one of those movies that whenever I think about it or tell people, like, they smile and just, oh my god, that movie is so, and it's like Rotten Tomatoes rips this movie, but like everyone I've ever it's like 40%.
Rotten Tomatoes rips all of early Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, who cares?
They're all great.
But no, my point was that
that's where I got Tara Reid from.
Yes.
Yeah. But my point is that even though it's like whatever you want to call it, critically bashed, everyone I've ever talked to has said how much they love and think this movie is hilarious.
That Ryan Reynolds is the best.
Is hilarious.
The sounds he makes as fast.
Oh my! In his retainer.
Oh my god, so good. When he puts it back in after it comes back. So good.
Oh god, this movie is just so good, and it's one of those ones. If I see it on, I'm stopping whatever I do, and I'm gonna watch whatever's left of it. So yes, Just Friends is my my number 2.
That is a great choice. And I like what we're doing here. We're doing a ranking, but we're also giving suggestions to people like for this time of year for holiday movies they haven't really seen. So this is great. I'm going to watch some.
Watch Just Friends.
I will
watch it and get back to me.
And by the way, Brian, 42% is not bad for a comedy.
42%? That's not even 50.
It's not bad though. It's not terrible.
Well, whatever. But it's
I'm gonna withstand my comment.
I know what you're gonna say.
But no, like I'm gonna watch some of these movies that you guys are suggesting because
stop it.
I love watching holiday movies this time of year.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So Gio, we gotta go to you for your number 2.
All right. My number 2 is a story that's been told various times, through movies, TV movies, etc. It's Scrooged, starring Bill Murray, directed by Richard Donner, who did the Superman movies. God, I love this movie. I was just watching it recently, and again, the story, the ghosts of the past, present and future, go and take this. They basically give this guy a reality check and tell him, Christmas is important, family is important, this and that. I love the way Richard Donner directs this movie, the style that he brings to it. Bill Murray, late 80s, early 90s, just incredible. God, what's her name from Indiana Jones? Marion Ravenwood. God, what's her name? Jake, help me out. Raiders of the Lost Ark. What's her name?
Wow.
I'm sorry. I am thinking otherwise because I've never seen Scrooged.
Indiana Jones.
Karen
lady.
Allen is her name.
Karen Allen?
Yes.
Karen Allen.
Marion Ravenwood is.
Yes. She's in the movie. She's awesome. It's just feel good. Really feel good. And again, Richard Donner, he tells the story in which such style. Bill Murray, it's awesome. Check it out if you haven't. It's a classic.
Well, that's another movie I haven't seen. I saw it pop up a lot on a lot of lists, and I think it's on HBO Max, if I'm not mistaken.
I hope so.
It is.
I didn't find it anywhere else.
I'm not sure
Watch
if it is.
If it is, watch
there was
it.
a lot of movies on, like, classic ones, and by classic, I mean, like, over 20, 30 years old that I haven't seen as far as holiday movies goes. And Brian,
is one.
it's okay to not know stuff, all right? If somebody can't.
Not Indiana Jones, if it's
Okay to
Jade.
not know stuff. All right, so I will go ahead and go with my number one to round it out here. And my number one, without a doubt, I love this movie. I don't care what anybody says.
Die Hard
is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the Jim Carrey starring run, directed by Ron Howard.
Yep.
I love this movie so much with all my heart. I know a lot of people like it, but I feel like some people don't like it. So I just want to defend it. And look, to me, most of my movies on my list, they give me, especially my top two, they gave me this magical feeling of the holiday season. And this movie does it so much. And we all know the story of the Grinch. He hates Christmas. His nemesis is Santa. Like, he wants to ruin it, but then he comes around at the end, whatever. But the way they tell the story, it is Jim Carrey at his best. I argue he was still in his prime during the time this movie came out.
Oh yeah.
I love it. I never get tired of watching it. I love the Whoville. It's just awesome. So mine is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the live action version.
Saw it twice in theaters. I'm with you. It's a good movie. I like it.
Awesome. Brian, what is your number one?
Can anyone guess what my number one is?
I'm not sure. It's hard because, like, there's so many different choices.
Your number one, you already said the one that I thought would have been your number one. So
Iron Man 3.
What? Nightmare?
Yeah, I thought Nightmare was going to be your number one.
No. I'm as basic of basic.
A Christmas Story.
No, I've never even seen that.
I mean, that's the basic of basic people answer.
Home Alone?
Is it?
No.
I don't know. I'm blanking.
No, I'm the basic of basic bitches, and mine is Elf.
Oh.
I mean,
My number 5. Hey, it made it on the list.
yeah, right.
Nothing basic about that.
I mean, well, it's on like pretty much throughout the
I
year.
guess I'm basic too.
But dude, this movie is just like the best Christmas movie. Like, it's incredibly good. It never gets old, and just I hope they never do a sequel to it because it's just perfect the way it is. And
I don't think they ever will.
I don't think they will.
Oh, no, they shouldn't.
But
Quick, Brian, trivia. What flavor Pop-Tart does he put in his spaghetti?
isn't it chocolate?
It is.
Yeah.
You want to know why I asked that? I asked that in our first ever edition of Apocaflix Trivia, and you got that question wrong.
I think
Interesting.
I always over.
That's why it was so, like, familiar in my head. Like, why does that seem so recent?
I always overthink it, but yeah, that movie.
Me too. I always want to say the brown sugar one.
That's what Brian said the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, because I can literally picture the box.
Yeah.
And so,
I don't like chocolate Pop-Tarts either. I don't know.
This shows you how fat ass I am. The top layer of frosting is the same on the brown sugar and the chocolate one. So, anyways,
Don't be so mean, Brian.
yeah.
Oh my god.
But yeah, this movie, and I think it also, like, is like a special funny memory because my mom literally loses her mind every time she sees him run and jump into the Christmas tree and it falls over. Like she literally she could probably watch it like 3 times in the same day and will laugh just as hard as the first time she ever has seen it when he jumps into the Christmas tree. So Elf is for sure my number one. Like
that is a great one, Brian. That's why it's on
wasn't
my
even a
list.
question. Yep.
Oh, I can't even ask you guys that. I was going to ask Gio and Jake if they have the same movie as their number one.
I don't know, man.
He should have. Well, I think
we might.
Do you guys?
We just might.
I'm interested because I wanted to end the show on what Jake's number one is, but is it the same as Gio's?
Jake, let's say it at the same time on a count of 3. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
Die Hard.
Die Hard.
Yep.
I knew it. So that is
Greatest
Gio
Christmas
and
movie
Jake
ever
number
made.
one.
Greatest Christmas movie ever made, hands down.
Is the Christmas movie.
Nobody can argue.
Absolutely.
You who don't think it's good enough for a Christmas movie can be removed from the stream.
Yep.
I'm just kidding.
Mm-hmm. Get him
Well,
out
it's
of
not, to me, it's not that it's like, I don't want to ever, like, I've noticed no matter what, you'll never convince the people who believe it is that it's not. So it's a pointless argument.
Because the argument is pointless because it's wrong. That's right.
Okay. Well, I'm just open-minded.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Motherfucker.
It's okay to be open-minded sometimes.
Gio, why don't you take the floor first? You take the floor first.
It is. Let me tell you, there's so much about this movie that's just so amazing, great, epic. Okay, John McClane, he just goes to this. You've seen the movie. He goes to a party. He's not very close to his wife, and throughout the whole time he's battling people. He's in places he shouldn't even be in, and it's just a movie that towards the end he's just like, wow, no, this is Christmas. I love my wife. I love family. There are things that are way more important, and it's just the relationship between him and who's the Family Matters dude. Guy from Family Matters.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, the cop.
The officer, right?
Yeah, the officer.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Some of their moments that they have are just it's so pure. It is great. It's God.
Reginald L. Johnson.
Yeah, Reginald. I couldn't figure out his last name, but yeah, I love this movie so much. I believe it ends on a Christmas movie, doesn't it? A Christmas song, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, Let Us Know. Yeah, no, I didn't know that, but it's a movie you can watch every holiday season. Literally every holiday. It's almost a tradition. Like it is the Christmas movie for sure.
Yeah, it is the one movie that I watch every single December. No matter what is going on, it's the movie that I watch every single December. It's the movie that I watch if it comes on television. It is 100% the movie I would have picked if I had HBO Max for the watch along. But no, damn myself.
That was literally the first thing I looked up on Netflix. Too.
I almost said, does anybody want to trade so somebody else can pick it?
But no, Gio nailed it on the head, man. It's I know that it's not like the Christmas spirit and all this stuff, but it's set during Christmas. He's literally flying to see his wife during a Christmas holiday party. Mm-hmm. Like that's what it is. It's a Christmas movie, in my opinion, in most opinions. But I think that on top of it being a great holiday movie, Jacob mentioned earlier, but it's one of the greatest action movies ever made as well. Mm-hmm. The movie is to me, it's a masterpiece. It's perfection from start to finish. There's not a single flaw with it, in my opinion. You have a great hero in John McClane. You have Bruce Willis, who is at his best, his absolute best. You have a character who is engaging with the audience, who is so relatable to the audience, being an everyday cop, being put in a situation, literally walking and running over glass to get to these certain things. And then you have an antagonist like Hans Gruber, played by the great Alan Rickman in my personal favorite role of his. I know that a lot of people, a role like Galaxy Quest or a role like Snape are their favorites. But my personal favorite is Hans Gruber, possibly the greatest movie villain of all time. He's incredible. And just the way the movie plays out, it's so much fun at times in such a dire situation. And it kind of has like this weird holiday cheer to it. So Die Hard is to me is like a step above everything else, and I don't think anything will ever touch it.
When the elevator opens and you see the dead guy.
So good.
I'm not going to argue with that. But yes, if you guys didn't know, I was challenged to it a couple years ago on the movie watching challenge. I didn't watch it till like 2 years ago, and I love the movie. It is a great action movie, and it lives up to all the hype. It definitely does. Yeah. Honorable mention, the Star Wars Lego Holiday Special. I don't care what anybody says. I love it. I love it. I don't care what anybody says.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Some people are trying to say that sucks. F them.
My honorable mention was Christmas with the Cranks, Tim Allen.
I like that movie too, bro.
It's stupid, but it's funny, and yeah.
Oh, we're gonna get to that on the next episode.
Jake, what are we doing in a few weeks here? Is it next week or?
Yeah, we're gonna be doing this next week to kind of go, turn ourselves around a little bit. We did our favorites and our best today. Next week, we're going to do the best bad Christmas movies, which there are quite a bit of them. So, stay tuned for that one. That'll probably be next Thursday. And so, we'll be doing best bad Christmas movies.
All right. Well, that's going to do it for this episode of Apocaflix Now. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Make sure you go check out some of those movies that we talked about if you haven't seen them. All the movies on all of our lists, I'm sure, are great, even the ones I haven't seen. But, that's going to do it for Jacob, for Gio, for Brian, and for Jake. Thank you all for watching, and don't forget to check us out on Thursday. This is Thursday. Sorry. Don't forget to check us out on Tuesday, and then check out our Fandalorian Club on Fridays as well. We'll see y'all then.